All right, so now that you have watched the video about the nonfiction section, we're going to talk about how to find those books in the nonfiction section. So I have pictures of them. We're going to start here with the back wall and the zero hundreds. The zero hundreds, they all start at the block, so you're going to look for that. It's at the very beginning of each section, and the books go to the right. So this first section of zero hundreds is right there. It goes until the 100s, which is right there. And then remember that shelves go from left to right, top to bottom. So from left to right, top down. So our next section is the 200s. 200s was religion. And that section is right there. Now, since these sections were so small, the books are not really divided up, but you can look for your AR color on the spine of the book. They're just kind of mixed up together, but the sections are really small. The next section is the 300s. Now, since the 300s are a little bit bigger and it goes all the way from this section and then this bottom shelf, they are divided by your AR color. So that's when you're going to start looking for color. And if you'll look at the labels on the shelf, you'll see the colors. So there's green and black. Then it goes down to brown, pink, yellow, and purple. And you're just going to look for your color in that section in the 300s. 300s was careers and holidays. Now we've got to the bottom of the shelf, so we start over and go back to the top. This time we have the 398s. 398s were folk tales and fairy tales. 398s is all of this shelf. It is also divided by color, so it starts on the low end with the green and goes through purple. After the 398s, we're going to skip to the 500s. The 500s start here. 500s was science, so anything to do with science, animals, weather, planets, all of that. And since there is so many in the science section, I actually have them divided by the shelves. So like the first shelf right here is the 500 green, then black. And I'll go a little bit closer on this picture so you can see the shelf labels really clearly. So all of those are 500 green. Then we've got the 500 black. Then we skip to the next shelf, which is right here. And it is the brown, pink, yellow. 500 goes to the next shelf with purple and orange, which is the seventh orange. It goes all the way till you get to the next block. The 600s is the next one, and you'll see there I have about 3 shelves of those, and they are divided by color too. They're just not as spread out, and you'll just look for the labels, like there's the 600 green and black and on through the rest. After you get through the 700s, then you're gonna skip on to the 7, 8, 900s, and the B92s. So, 700s was sports and holiday, or sorry, sports and hobbies. So anything you want to do for fun, you're going to find in the 700s. It starts here. This is the shelf that's over by the back door. 700s is the first 2 shelves. So this one and this one is 700s, and the labels are on the shelf so you can look for your color. 800s is the one shelf at the bottom. 800s was poetry and plays. Then we get to the 900s. 900s was history and geography. So anything that happened in history or has to do with other countries and places is going to be in the 900s. The 900s are those 3 shelves. They do have labels on them, so you can look for your color. The last section is the B92s. This is the biographies and books about real people. They are also divided by their color. So if you get over here, you're just going to look for the labels and look for your AR color. So if you want to read the nonfiction section, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, what kind of book do I want to read? And so let's say you want to read something about dinosaurs. Dinosaurs would be in the 500s because it is science. So we're going to go to, hang on just a second. So here we are in the science section. I want to read the 500 science dinosaurs. Let's say my reading level is a 5.2. So 5.2 is going to be yellow. So we're going to go and look for the 500 yellow. So here's 500, there's 500 green, 500 black, 500 brown, 500 pink, there's 500 yellow. So we would look through any of those books to find what we are looking for, a dinosaur book on our level in the 500s. If we wanted to read something about baseball, which is sports, we're going to go to the 700s and we're going to look for our level. Our level is still yellow because we're still a 5.2. So here's the 700s. We're going to look, and here are the 700 yellows. I'm looking at the labels here, and I'm going to look through any of those to find a book on eye level in the 700s. So you can go to any of these sections in the nonfiction section and find something on your level. If you have any questions, please let me know.